Okay, I wanted to give my thoughts on Tasha K's response to Cardi B and the Carey interview. Okay, Tasha K claims that she never mentioned the herpes situation before the video she made that prompted all this chaos about the herpes situation. But in fact, she did. She did it with Star Marie. She brought it up first. And the reason she did that with Star Marie, because they had already been over it. They already knew what direction they were going to take that interview, period. She also claims that Cardi B is going to Tekashi 6ix9ine herself. That was hilarious. What she did was she looked at a lot of videos on YouTube and searched the internet and saw what someone said, and she ran with it. But here's the thing. It's not illegal to be a gang member as long as you're not participating in illegal activities. Cardi B, unlike Tekashi 6ix9ine, she hasn't robbed anybody. She hasn't shot anybody. She doesn't carry guns. Hell, that woman don't even carry butter knives. She doesn't sell drugs. She doesn't do drugs. She probably don't even take aspirin. Y'all took that and y'all ran with it. Tasha K claims she ignores smaller YouTubers, but yet she's borrowing their slang, quotes, and layout. Not only that, on her YouTube channel and Instagram page, she responds to people that don't even have a profile picture or even make videos. Can somebody make that make sense? You're not going to respond to smaller YouTubers, but you will have a full conversation back and forth with people without a profile picture and people who don't make videos at all. Okay, girl, whatever. When she bullied the wine lady that had already had that logo and was using that concept for years, the thing about that is she saw how T.S. Madison and Kaya's drama was trending about the Queen's Court trademark, and she wanted in on that type of trend. So she started a confrontation with that lady. She went out her way to insult the way Cardi B speaks. But English is her first language. And if you go to her Instagram, you will find more than a dozen of errors in just about every post that she has ever made. That video that she played when Cardi B was speaking about the herpes, if you listen well or if you go find that video, Cardi B was speaking in reference of the rumors that her and Star Marie put out. The video that she called a receipt of Offset wasn't a receipt. It wasn't even the original video. It was a video that someone on Instagram had altered. They had captioned it at the top, and not only that, they had stamped their name on it. So that was bullshit, and she knew it. That's why she was sitting behind the video laughing at the people who would take it and run with it, because she knew that people would take it and run with it. What her and her followers think is entertainment is actually pathetic. No one wants to hear the truth when a lie is more entertaining. But the thing about that is, the truth can be just as entertaining. And people are affected by lies, and you don't get to say how a person should react when they're being attacked and lied on. Just because Beyonce may not respond, Cardi B is not beyond. Just because she's a megastar doesn't mean that she's not a human being. She doesn't have feelings. She's not as hard as people think she is. Because this stuff that Tasha Carey is putting out is hurting that woman. And she has asked her to stop on numerous occasions, and she hasn't. I don't know which one is worse, her addiction to alcohol or her obsession with Cardi B. She announced she was pregnant during all this foolishness. And 1 hour later, on Twitter, she stated she had purchased a case of non-alcoholic wine. Girl, juice isn't an option. No sane woman makes moves like that. That's just crazy to me. Her obsession with Cardi B has gone too far. Saying allegedly doesn't cover you when you're intentionally defaming, slandering, disrespecting, cyberbullying, stalking, and harassing someone continuously before and after saying allegedly. It started with foolishness, and now it's ending in a lawsuit. That's just pathetic. I mean, Tasha K is the worst clout chaser of 2018. Some people would call her crafty, but her moves are stupid. And when she says she has a team, I am totally convinced that Teddy is her team, her attorney, and her secret sources, because no attorney alive would advise her to make the type of moves that she's making, because a great attorney would know another great attorney will pick all them videos apart, and when it comes down to it, that's harassing and cyberbullying, period. Let her tell it. Every time you turn around, she got some exclusive evidence, some exclusive receipts. She's so exclusive, you would think she'd have said. But when it actually comes down to it, in reality, we all know she doesn't have any receipts, and she doesn't have a secret source. She has been played all up and down through her DM and emails. I mean, people send her bullshit because they know she's stupid enough to put it out there. She's getting played. Y'all should have realized that in the Travis Scott situation. When people compare her to sites like TMZ, BET, People, E! Media Takeout, Hollywood Life, Entertainment Tonight, and I would even say the Shade Room. That's funny to me, because those sites are not only credible, although they can be a little messy, but they wouldn't cross the boundaries that Tasha K crossed. That's why they haven't reported on it. At the end of the day, we all know that Star Marie and Tasha K started that rumor that Cardi B has the sexually transmitted disease herpes. They was not referencing to a cold sore, because we all know that a cold sore is not impetigo, it's not infectious, it's not a disease, and it's not contagious. They did that intentionally because they were clout chasing, Google checks, and followers. Now let's talk about Carey Kelly's interview with Tasha K again. The thing about Carey Kelly is he may be a victim, but he's not innocent. His story isn't new. He's been telling it for years. The incest that took place in that family has been out for years. The story about his son has been out for years. Their grandfather was a child molester too. When he speaks about their mother's legacy, that's funny to me, because she wasn't innocent either. She knew exactly what was going on with her children. She knew exactly what was going on with her family. The thing about it is, she hoped it would stop. So she ignored it and kept quiet about it. Carey Kelly says if he wanted to, he could have ruined R. Kelly's career at the height of R. Kelly's career. He says when he discovered the tape, he gave it to his brother and told him to get help. The thing about that is, before handing the original tape over to R. Kelly, he made a copy and sold it to the media on the low. That's how the tape got out. When R. Kelly was charged with that child molestation charge with that 14-year-old girl, they found out where that tape came from, and that's when R. Kelly cut his relationship off with his brother. He's not hurt. He's trying to profit off his brother's success in their dysfunctional family by writing and selling his book. He went on Tasha K's show to promote his book. If Carey Kelly would have brought that tape to the media instead of the media putting it out, if he would have exposed R. Kelly years ago, he could have saved a lot of girls. He's not innocent. He might be fooling a lot of people with those fake tears, but he ain't fooling me. He's trying to profit off his brother's success while the Me Too movement is hot and the Surviving R. Kelly documentary is on the way. So he just jumped in the mix so he can get a piece of the action. You see, the thing about child molesters and rapists, they are always repeat offenders. They can't be rehabilitated. If you do some research, you will find that rapists and child molesters have done that on more than one occasion to multiple people or the same person multiple times. R. Kelly was a victim of that. That's why he instilled that type of behavior. That's why he's displaying that type of behavior with young girls.
Now, I want to talk about the herpes.
Okay.
That was a serious allegation.
Okay.
Is it an allegation according to you? You said you live with her.
To keep it legal.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put anybody's. I'm not putting anybody's medical stuff out there.
You're not violating any
exactly.
So you're not a nurse. You're not a doctor.
Exactly. I'm not a nurse or doctor, and I believe that we all have herpes in some form. If you've had chicken pox, if you got acne, if you got eczema, is all a part of the zoster family. So herpes comes out in the body wherever you're most vulnerable. Okay. So the thing is, it's a traveling, it's a roaming disease.
Okay.
So I didn't have a problem with her cold sore on her lip at all. I was addressing it for her to help her. Like, hey.
So you guys were living together.
Yes, and
at the time.
Right.
And she had herpes outbreaks on her mouth.
Yes, but she's really light skinned. Like if you see her in person, she's high yellow, like light skinned, like Casper the Friendly Ghost light skinned. So you can't really, if you're not in tune, and she puts lip gloss on you, you probably can't see it.
Did she discuss with you while you guys were living together how she contracted the virus?
No.
Because I know you said you were willing to help her because you're into a lot of like natural, I guess healing.
Yes.
Medicinal methods and things
yes.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, she didn't talk to me about that. No.
Okay, but she was okay with you offering her some type of help to kind of, I guess, minimize the outbreaks.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, she didn't really care. She actually didn't even care.
She didn't care.
No.
Okay.
She just pretty much ignored me, and then a couple days later after that, next thing you know, there's a rumor in the club that I got herpes.
Oh. after you talked to her about her outbreak.
And this is what I told her, and this is how I know she's crafty. I said everybody has herpes in their body. We're all born with herpes. This is the whole spiel I gave this 20-year-old.
In the club or in the house?
In the house.
Okay.
And you could ask the club manager, because this was his words to me. He said, you told your friend you have herpes, so you can't work in my club telling people that you have herpes. I said, well, if I go get you a test, because my herpes is not active. That's what I told him. I kept it like I was very educational with him. I said,
oh, I see what you were saying. So she basically manipulated what you told her about everybody having herpes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And so I was like, well, my herpes is not active.